Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures. Now, as you know, the Saturday Morning Adventure series is a reference and tribute to the 87 cartoon that lasted from 1987 to 1996. And if you remembered, I also reviewed the first issue, which was a pretty decent start. Now, I'm sorry if my voice has been sounding a bit croaky. I've just been suffering a bit of a bad cough, so some of the voices I will do won't really be the best ones out there. So the cover mainly has the Turtles playing music with one of Krang's rock soldiers. And the story starts off on Dimension X with Krang saying, "So, what are you saying is, you want my help again?" "Yes, Krang. Professor MacGuffin, one of the foremost scientist mind in the city, has invented a device that he says will give any advantage to any army on the planet. It must be mine." "You mean ours, don't you, sucky?" Yes, of course, Krang." And we kind of see how Shredder wants a more competent henchman, and eventually gets one of Krang's rock soldiers, Furum, who says, "I am Furum of the... What is that awful sound?" And of course, Krang now has given Shredder a more competent henchman. We see how at Channel 6, April O'Neil is talking with Albert MacGuffin about his device that says that will take away any violence from any person of behaviour in that. And we see how Shredder, as well as Bebop and Rocksteady, show up to kind of take the device. And we see how Shredder and that have stopped all broadcasting around the building. And we see how April gets to contact the Turtles, where they're using the Turtle Blimp, and they basically get April's SOS signal. And of course, Raphael points out that they could have used the Turtle Van, but Donnie points out that because of rush hours, it would be too risky, as well as the fact the Turtle Van is in repair. So of course, they use a special engine boost to fly faster. And we see how Bebop and Rocksteady takes down some of the guards, and just then, the Turtles show up with Vernon saying, "I don't understand how they got here so fast. I wonder if they're in cahoots with the other ones." "Shh, young man, if science teaches us anything, it's never complain about a lucky break. I may not know what this thing does yet, but I'm going to." "Huh? You're not going to do anything, Shredhead." "Oh, I hate that word." And we see how they try to take them down, but just then, Furum shows up to cause mayhem, tries to take down the Turtles, and we see how Shredder tries to get Bebop and Rocksteady to take down the others, and we see Bebop Rocksteady saying, "Give me that thingy, Turtle." "Sorry, dude, no can do." And of course, just as Furum tries to throw the Turtles around, and just as Mikey and Furum are sort of trying to stop the device from being used, they end up getting hit. And of course, Shredder isn't pleased with the results and has to quickly retreat. We see how Furum's been the one hit by the device the most, and of course, no longer has his aggressive behaviour. And we see Raphael saying, "Did he just ask if we were okay?" And we see after the effects have kicked in, they kind of point out by Dr. MacGuffin that the effects aren't permanent, but are only temporary. And we see Donatello saying, "Fascinating. I'd love to hear more about this." "Me too. Like, can it transfer other ninja abilities? Because the rock dude is gone." So of course they have to find Furum, and we see how Krang says, "What do you mean you left him behind?" "He was compromised, Krang. electrocuted by the very device we had come for. I want to know how you're going to make it right. How I'm going to make it right, Sucky? Are you out of your mind? Do you even know what a rock soldier costs in today's economy? I ought to. Wait a sec. And they point out that since he has been the effects of the device, they can use it for their advantage. And we kind of see how Donatello and the others are on the turtle blimp trying to find Furum, but of course they know where he could be. And we see at the concert one of the guys saying, "Central Park, you'll never believe how hard it was to get the permits for this concert." And just as they enter the concert, they find Furum enjoying the show, and him saying, "My new turtle friends, hello, nice to see you again. Did you know I used to hate music? I love it now." And just then, Shredder, Bebop, and Rocksteady show up, and they want to kind of bring him back to use him for Krang's plan. But of course, they point out that since the device had temporary effects, Furum might turn back to his old self. But we also see him saying, "We don't have to fight. We can just enjoy the music." And we see how Bebop and Rocksteady, realising that the effects did a number on him, and of course they get quickly taken down. But we see how Furum points out that he just wants to enjoy the music before he might turn back to his old self. And we see how after getting inspired, he decides to help the Turtles in his own way. And basically takes down Bebop and Rocksteady, takes down Shredder, and destroys his Stingray. And he even points out that he's going to another dimension where Krang won't find him, and thanks the Turtles for helping him understand now. And of course, later back at the Turtle Lair, Splinter's been pretty much told what happened, but knows that at some point Furum might come back and might be a good guy. And we even see him saying, "I could still go back to Krang. It's time to help him take over the Earth. Nah." And we see him finally becoming the good guy. And yeah, this is the story. So I think issue 2 is sort of okay. Like I said, I think Furum is sort of thrown in to kind of be this character who's not really evil, even though they could have built up him a bit more. Or better yet, have a 2-part story where the effects of the ray switch Mikey and Furum's aggressive and kind of pacifist behaviour, like Mikey being the aggressive one and Furum being the more laid back one. I think there was a good idea for a story, but again, it's slightly okay, but still deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.